Stephanie Smith, DuPont Pioneer Field Agronomist here in Northeast Indiana, and I just want to take a few minutes to talk about planting depth this year. The story continues to unfold here when we look at our uneven emergence that we're seeing in many of our fields this year. I just want to draw your attention to here what would be a normal stage plant in V2 in this field of 533. Here we see planting depth was 1.75 inches to 2 inches. However, the plant right next to it, we can see was having some issues at emergence, and we can see that the planting depth of this seed was a little less than 1.5 inches. So essentially we got all of our corn planted in very dry conditions in the top 3 inches of topsoil, which, until we got a rain, was that seed was just sitting in the soil. It was starting to imbibe, but it wasn't starting to germinate. And the repercussions that we can see across this field, we have 2 plants here that are growing as we would expect, and then we have spots in the field where we're just starting. We can see that the plant just starting to come up and emerge through that crust. And as we continue along this row here we have plants that are growing as we would expect, and here we have just emerging plants. So the story of planting depth continues, as we've been talking here for several years. Really makes a ton of difference. That extra 1/4 inch determines between what will become a weed and which will be a very productive plant come end of year.